But I'm gonna get back to the fight. Fighting.
Who was it?
Joe Egan has officially become part of Carl Froch's training camp, and he isn't there as a spectator. Joe Egan, a man who knows John Fury inside and out, is now revealing the exact strategy needed to expose his weaknesses. That development changes the entire situation.
Good. Go twice. Last one now. One.
Carl Froch has completely figured John Fury out. He's labeling him as nothing more than a loudmouth bully who talks far bigger than he delivers. And now, according to Froch, the talking is over. His message is simple: either step into the ring or stop making excuses. Fury has run out of places to hide, and the entire boxing world can see it.
What he is. He's a thug and he's a bully.
There's times in life, and I don't know if you'll agree with me or disagree with me, but there's times in life where sometimes you've got to stand up and be counted, and sometimes you've run your mouth, or you've said the wrong thing, or you've done something you regret, and you've actually got to stand and you've got to face it and front it and be a man and say, right, okay, I've done this, now I need to go and see the headmaster, or I need to go and see the kid that maybe I took his lunch money off him and the big brother wants me. I've got to take my licks now, I've got to stand and fight and defend myself. And John Fury's in a position where he's ran his mouth, he's given it the big one, you've come and fronted it and said, okay, here we go, you've taught the one, here I am, I'm here for you, I'm ready for you, you've taught the big one. Now all you've got to do is step up to the mark. And it's embarrassing.
Eddie Hearn has confirmed what many behind the scenes have already been saying. Carl Froch has continued to grow, traveling, sharpening his skills, and adding new tactics to his game. Now, with Joe Egan joining the camp and providing first-hand insight into John Fury, Carl's preparation has reached an entirely new level, making him an even bigger threat to John.
Gone into other camps, kept evolving, kept learning, kept listening. You know, he has spent time in the Usyk camp. I don't think that's a secret. But I think any official announcement which hasn't been, I don't think, confirmed yet, will come.
Even Dominic Ingle is sounding the warning. He's no longer focused on strategy or game plans. Instead, he believes this is the moment for serious self-reflection. Standing across from a well-prepared fighter like Carl Froch, now strengthened by Joe Egan's inside knowledge, is no longer anything close to a street fight. Fury has to take an honest look at himself before the opportunity slips away.
It's the right move for him. I just think he just needs to dig deep and reassess himself, because that's the only person who can turn it round.
Joe Egan has made this mission deeply personal. John Fury boldly claimed he's the toughest traveler in the world, and Egan is determined to prove that claim is nothing more than empty talk. This has grown into something far bigger than boxing. Now it's about pride, respect, and legacy. No matter what it takes, Egan wants that fight to happen.
He said, I want to fight John Fury because he said he's the best travel man on the planet. He's far from that, he says. He said, I don't want myself the best travel man on the planet, but I don't rate no man to beat me, he says. So listen, this is game, what he says. I want to fight John, he says, in the ring, he says. I don't care for what, or for when, or for how. Me and John Fury to fight in that ring.
John Fury is clearly shaken, and when someone feels the pressure, they often start making the most noise. He mocked Joe Egan and Carl Froch by calling them Labradors while declaring himself the only pit bull. That isn't a sign of confidence, it's a sign of panic. And Joe Egan's decision to join Carl Froch's camp is exactly why Fury finds himself caught in this downward spiral.
Videos about me day and night, him and his boyfriend, Joe Egan. I could beat them two on a bad day. I could beat the pair of them on a bad day. Look here, run like a bitch. The big Carl Froch. They talk about John Fury left, right and centre when I'm here, in the flesh, growling, ready to rock and roll. I don't give a fuck about fighting. That's my domain. And they know that.
Does that disappoint you that he said it?
I'm an American pit bull terrier, and what are they? What are they? Labradors.
Joe Egan has given John Fury every possible choice: barn boxing, the ring, music, or any location he wants. Even with all those options on the table, Fury continues to avoid the challenge. Egan summed it up perfectly: you can't be both wrong and strong. Now that Carl Froch's camp has been strengthened by Egan's first-hand understanding of Fury's weaknesses, music, the game plan for defeating Big John has already been laid out.
Because he called me a fake and a fraud, fake hard man. I will show him how much of a fake hard man I am. He's the one that's shying away from the fight.
Carl Froch continues to hammer home the same message because, in his view, the evidence speaks for itself. John Fury has been handed opportunity after opportunity to accept the challenge, yet each time he comes up with another excuse. Now, with Joe Egan standing beside Carl and providing detailed insight into Fury's habits and weaknesses, the pressure is only increasing. If things continue on this path, Fury's humiliation will only become even greater.
He's a tug and he's a bully.
There's times in life, and I don't know if you'll agree with me or disagree with me, but there's times in life where sometimes you've got to stand up and be counted, and sometimes you've run your mouth, or you've said the wrong thing, or you've done something you regret, and you've actually got to stand and you've got to face it and front it and be a man and say, right, okay, I've done this, now I need to go and see the headmaster, or I need to go and see the kid that maybe I took his lunch money off him and the big brother wants me. I've got to take my licks now, I've got to stand and fight and defend myself. And John Fury's in a position where he's ran his mouth, he's given it the big one, you've come and fronted it and said, okay, here we go, you've taught the one, here I am, I'm here for you, I'm ready for you, you've taught the big one, now all you've got to do is step up to the mark. And it's embarrassing.
20 stone. Big talk, bigger threats, yet Carl Froch has already knocked out world champions under the lights at Wembley in front of more than 80,000 fans. Joe Egan has gone through battles that most fighters would never endure. John Fury claiming he can take on both of them in the same night only makes him look more desperate to stay in the spotlight.
I've run out for you boys. I'm going to bump into you. And when I do, here's a statement. I'm going to do the two of you on the same night. You can two me. You two shithouses can try and two me. I'll batter the shit out of the two of you. But I'm telling you now, it's at your fucking peril, boys. It's at your fucking peril. And if I've got to go back to jail for you two shithouses, you fucking fugazis, fakes, I don't mind doing it. But believe me, look here, running, training, 20 stone 9 pounds.
Even Derek Chisora has had enough music of John Fury's antics. His message is straightforward. Stop picking on younger opponents and step up to face Joe Egan like a real man. The entire boxing world is focused on the same matchup, yet Fury continues to avoid it. At this point, everyone can see exactly what's happening.
Fury, he's always defending his kids, yeah. Point number one, yeah. John Fury should fight that Irish guy. What's the other traveller guy who keeps calling him out in London? I forgot his, Joe Egan. That fight should happen. Yeah? You know, stop going around and headbutting young boys. He should fight that guy.
Eddie Hearn rarely puts his confidence behind bold predictions, but when he does, it's because he believes in the fighter. Having watched Carl Froch up close for years, he knows the competitive fire still burning inside him, and he's convinced that if John Fury keeps pushing the situation, Froch won't think twice about answering the challenge. When that moment arrives, Hearn believes it will be decisive, brutal, and heavily one-sided.
The reason that I like that little bit of beef, right? One is because I'm not involved, and two, because Carl's not the kind of geezer who you can start saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and if I see you, because you can say that to me, I'm a wet lettuce. You can't say that to Carl Froch.
Carl Froch keeps pointing to the strongest comparison of all. He stopped a world-class opponent in front of more than 80,000 fans, defeating a fighter who was younger than he was. Now John Fury, only 10 years older than Carl, seems to believe his age will somehow shield him from the challenge. But with Joe Egan now in camp refining every part of the strategy, Froch appears more prepared and more dangerous than ever.
Only 10 years younger than Big John Fury. I know he doesn't look well, does he? He looks a bit older. I don't want to give him any stick, but he's 10 years older than me, 60-year-old man. I'm pressing on for 50. So, is it a fair fight? I think we both know it isn't, but he's called it on at Tottenham Hotspurs on the
Duke McKenzie has spent his entire life around elite champions, and he's giving his honest assessment. Carl Froch still possesses the ruthless edge that helped turn him into a world champion. Time hasn't taken that away. Now, with Joe Egan providing insight on how to expose Fury's weaknesses from the opening bell, that same intensity could bring the contest to an early finish within the first few rounds.
Career. And everybody knows Froch is a tough guy. And if Froch turns up, even though he's an old man now, he's nearly as old as me. No, he's not. He's quite younger than me, actually, Carl Froch. I'm 63. Anyway, but, you know, listen, even Carl Froch, at the age that he is at, would still be enough for John Fury. Now,